I can't believe I waited 10 business days to watch that nonsense. The last time Manchester United played, having a full tank of gas in your car was not a financial threat. It's as if the Strait of Hormuz closed and our net open. I also find it interesting that when Manchester United is involved, all of a sudden the VAR official has 2020 vision. They don't miss anything. But if it's a Man United call that needs to be made, that needs to be reviewed, like the Ahmed penalty from the last game, all of a sudden it's like they're playing the bedbox challenge. Stevie Wonder up in here. They can't see anything. We're John Cena. That being said, what Lisha Martinez did today was completely foolish. Brother, pulling the hair might get you points in the bedroom, not on the pitch. That was completely unnecessary. Now, you could play dumb and try to make it seem like you didn't know what you were doing, but let's be real, we call you the butcher for a reason. You have a nasty streak. You fully deserve that. But the fact that VAR had to come back to review that and give the red card lets me know that sometimes these VAR officials decide when they like to intervene. It is a choice. Now, I'm not saying there's a bias here or anything, but sometimes I think the VAR officials look at things and be like, let's just make this interesting. Okay? I understand that Leeds has been in and out of relegation like a convict in and out of prison, but they're still our rivals. And I would like to pretend that these players did not give their all today, or it is a lack of efforts or whatever. But the tragic part is, I believe they actually did their very best. That's what's tragic about it. I wish I could sit here and be like, I don't think these guys tried, but that would be a lie. We just lacked the quality. Manu Ugarte in the midfield is as unreliable as IKEA furniture. As a matter of fact, that's an insult to IKEA furniture because for the most part, IKEA furniture works. It's just eventually it will break. Ugarte never works. I know we got him to be the destroyer, but it wasn't to destroy the passage of play. I also find it funny that VAR did not review Calvert-Lewin's elbow to Euro's head for that first goal. But again, I'm just grasping at straws here. However, if you're going to pull the game back for hair pulling, why didn't you look at that? I swear there was a time where Casemiro was also stamped on. No card for that, no red card for that. It's also strange how Casemiro scanned left and right like you would expect from a professional midfielder and still somehow didn't see the Leeds player approaching him, which started the sequence for the second goal. That blows my mind. He looked left, he looked right, and still the player was able to sneak up behind it. Now, there are a few things in life that we know are inevitable. You know the sun will be hot, and you know that if Bruno puts a good cross in, Casemiro is going to be at the end of it. And there he was. At this point, we should call Casemiro the ball bender because the accuracy he has with the ball is something else. And I guess one positive we can take out of this horrendous result today is the fact that Bruno adds to his assist tally, and I think it's up to 17 now. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But at least he might win something, an achievement at the end of the season because he deserves it. We all know, we've known for weeks, months now, that we're not winning anything this season. And the reason I am not too upset, even though I'm visibly disappointed, is that we've been playing for one thing for months now. It's not a trophy. We're not in the title race. We're playing to get European football. And as it stands currently, we're definitely in a good position to achieve that, especially with how the teams below us are performing and how inconsistent they've been. So except we have like a Spurs level capitulation, I do think we can get Europe. We're going to get the Carrick out brigade now. You know how it goes. Anything short of a win and Carrick out. And I know many people would want Luis Enrique, but the truth is that's a pipe dream. Just because you want Luis Enrique doesn't mean you're going to get him, okay? I want $1 million right now. That's not going to happen. Just because you want something doesn't mean it will happen. And if we're being real, if you look at the teams Enrique has played with, in Barca with Messi and all those guys, or in PSG with the caliber players they have, we don't have an Enrique level team, and we would probably just be making a mistake if we get someone like that anyways. Now, Carrick to me has been overachieving with this lot because I don't rate this lot. There are a few of them who are good players, but we still need to improve in certain areas. For example, I saw Luke Shaw in the box towards the end of the game. He really didn't do anything there. First of all, I was happy he made it there. It takes like 7 business days to get from one end to the other. So the fact that he was there at all, shout out to Luke Shaw. Again, this is what I mean by it wasn't a lack of effort, it was a lack of quality. But if that was Nuno Mendes, right, from PSG, he does more with that ball, okay? We don't have that quality, right? You have Ugarte. Menu not being there today was a big miss. I didn't even understand how significant of a miss that would be. Maz didn't have a great game. Dalot actually did okay when he came in. But again, that's not a sub I'm really worried about because Dalot is not the kind of player that I would fight for anyways and be like, oh, how do you bench Dalot? It's just Maz wasn't really up to it. Most of them were not. But it's not, again, it's not for the lack of effort. They just don't have what it takes. So there's a tough one. We take it on the chin, we'll move on. The players Spurs, hopefully they learn from this. We still have the European Champions League to play for and aim for. We still have third. We're still solidly in pole position for third. Yeah, just keep going, okay? This is a bad result. It's a great result for Leeds, a horrible result for Spurs. Right now, they're going down like the economy, okay? This win for Leeds actually spells doom for Spurs, but it's close, it's tight. I think it's actually more exciting on the tail end of the league than it is at the top end of the league. I think it's pretty much nailed on what the teams for the Champions League will be. Again, granted, nothing too crazy happens. And the fact that Chelsea is in a worse situation than we are, all of this is giving me hope. So we just have to see how it goes. Again, it's not like we're in a title race. It's not like we're going to win any trophy. It's a bad result. You always hate when you drop points, but it is what it is. It's kind of interesting that they had all that time off and they came back and they gave us this nonsense. Ahmad, don't know what's wrong with Ahmad, but he definitely needs to be benched the next game. He's a good player. I know there's a player there. I just don't know what it is right now that's stopping him from being the Ahmad that we know and love. It's been the realistic red. I'm yapping too much. Disappointing result. I'm not too upset. Disappointed. We're still on course to finish top 4. And yeah, just bring on the next one. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.